State of Bihar and others v. Brahmaputra Infrastructure Limited, 2019 Analytical Case Study. The 2019 Supreme Court judgment in State of Bihar and others v. Brahmaputra Infrastructure Limited serves as a landmark ruling in Indian arbitration law, addressing critical issues surrounding the appointment of arbitrators and the enforcement of neutrality in arbitration agreements. This case is particularly significant for arbitration experts as it clarifies the practical application of Section 11 and Section 12(5) of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act, 1996. Below is a detailed case analysis designed to dissect the judgment, its reasoning, and its implications for arbitration practice. Brahmaputra Infrastructure Limited entered into a construction agreement with the State of Bihar. The contract contained an arbitration clause as a dispute resolution mechanism. However, disputes regarding the performance of the contract eventually arose, leading to procedural contention over the clause's enforceability. The arbitration clause granted unilateral authority to the State of Bihar's chief engineer to appoint the sole arbitrator. Brahmaputra Infrastructure challenged this mechanism, alleging that it inherently lacked impartiality by favoring one party. Brahmaputra Infrastructure sought judicial intervention by filing a petition under Section 11(6) of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act, 1996. They argued that the unilateral appointment process violated the principles of impartiality, rendering it invalid under arbitration law. The case centered on two pivotal legal questions. Can a unilateral mechanism granting one party the power to appoint an arbitrator align with the fairness principles of the Arbitration Act? Does the appointment of an arbitrator by the chief engineer comply with the impartiality and neutrality mandated by arbitration law? The Supreme Court decisively ruled that arbitration proceedings require independence and neutrality. A system allowing one party unilateral authority to appoint an arbitrator inherently disrupts the balance of fairness. The court highlighted that such mechanisms contravene Section 12(5) of the Act, which seeks to eliminate any potential for bias. Section 12(5) of the Act, introduced in 2015 through amendments, explicitly disqualifies individuals with direct affiliations with either party from serving as arbitrators unless expressly waived by both parties. The chief engineer's appointment under the disputed mechanism violated this principle, as it led to reasonable doubts regarding impartiality. The Supreme Court upheld the High Court's move to appoint an independent arbitrator, invalidating the biased appointment made by the chief engineer. This remedial step ensured adherence to fairness and neutrality, bolstering confidence in the arbitration process. This judgment reaffirms the centrality of impartiality in arbitration agreements. Experts must recognize that biased appointment mechanisms threaten arbitration's utility as an effective alternative to litigation. The ruling underscores the necessity of drafting arbitration clauses that comply with statutory requirements. Parties should ensure the appointment procedures in their agreements reflect the principles of neutrality and fairness established under the amended Arbitration Act. By disallowing unilateral appointment mechanisms, the court's decision enhances the credibility of arbitration in India. It sets a benchmark for safeguarding party equality, thereby promoting trust in arbitration as a legitimate method of dispute resolution. The State of Bihar v. Brahmaputra Infrastructure Limited judgment is a cornerstone in Indian arbitration jurisprudence. By invalidating inherently biased practices, the Supreme Court has strengthened the procedural integrity of arbitration. This case serves as a guidepost for arbitration practitioners, ensuring that fairness and neutrality remain the hallmarks of every arbitration proceeding.